tonight. If you like watching MLB tonight, and you're a creature, your mic's turned off. What you'll love is that we're bringing back DP Top 25, where our pitching guru ranks the top 25 starting pitchers in the game. But like there is in the AP Top 25, there's always a preseason poll.
Right.
So we have a preseason DP Top 25.
And what I tried to do is guys had to be active. If you're not active on the IL, whether it's next week or 2 weeks, on the active roster, available to pitch Thursday, you can make the list.
All right. So
I like that.
You want to jump into it?
No, I'm watching.
Okay, not you.
Number
10, Dan, the 10th best pitcher in baseball.
Logan Gilbert. You could make a case the Mariners might have the best stable of starting pitchers. I know the Dodgers and the Phillies and possibly the Blue Jays would offer that. He's getting the opening day start, led all the major league pitchers last year in innings pitched.
I love Logan Gilbert. He is an ace, no doubt about it. Number 9.
Yamamoto. Yes, another Dodger. If anything, what we saw in Tokyo is what's going to happen this year. If he stays healthy, tremendous pitcher. Great fastball, effortless 95, 96. Killer split finger, good curveball. He's the real thing. If he stays healthy, he's number 9.
All right, on to number 8. Who you got?
Garrett Crochet.
Ooh, already?
Last year at this time, nobody really knew who this guy was. The hottest commodity at the trade deadline. Red Sox acquired him. They think he's going to turn their season around. By the way, the White Sox got a real good prospect and a catcher back in this deal.
Highest K per nine in baseball last year, Garrett Crochet. Who's number 7?
Shota Imanaga. We got a chance to see him in Tokyo. A lot of people were concerned. Small ballpark, Wrigley, not much swing and miss. Is he going to give up a lot of home runs? Powerhouse first year. Pitched pretty decent doing his start in Tokyo. He's the real deal. Solid pitcher.
Who's just on the outside of the top 5? Who's number 6?
As much as it pains me, Corbin Burns, he's been my pick to win the NL Cy Young Award. I thought this was a great get by the Diamondbacks. The Orioles are going to miss this guy. Mixed that cutter into his repertoire 4 or 5 years ago. Turned the whole world around for him. Solid, legitimate ace.
We're cracking the top 5. Who's number 5?
Chris Sale. Where did he go? Well, guess what? He was back in 2024. Reigning NL Cy Young Award winner. Too bad for the Red Sox and the Fenway faithful. They didn't get a chance to get a healthy Chris Sale. When healthy, he's what he was last year. He's legit.
4 better pitchers than Chris Sale. Who's number 4?
It pains me to put this guy forward, Jacob deGrom, because in the MLB Network era, I think he's the most dominant pitcher I've seen. He's Kurt Schilling, Pedro, all wrapped into one. You name the right-handed starting pitcher, the easiest 98 to 100. Crossing my fingers he stays healthy. When healthy, he breathes different air.
Who's number 3?
Paul Skenes, another one, hard to say. How could you have him number 3? Rookie of the year, started the All-Star game. He is what he is. Best pitcher to come out of college since Tom Seaver came out of USC. If you're not a Pirates fan and he's coming to your town, go watch him pitch. He's that good.
The second best pitcher in baseball is?
Hashtag wheels up, Zach Wheeler. I could have very easily put him number 1. Reliable, dependable. I know a lot of Mets fans, when he departed for Philadelphia, like, well, that's okay. He doesn't stay healthy. He is right now. If you had a game and your life depended on it, you could hand him the ball and feel comfortable.
Then how is he not number 1? Who's number 1?
Tarik Skubal is he's the best left-handed starting pitcher in the game of baseball. 3 weapons, pitches into righties, into lefties, powerhouse slider, great changeup. More on top of everything, love his body language. I think he's going to a chance to repeat to win the Cy Young Award winner. He's that good right now.
It feels like, as you see a recap of the DP Top 25 preseason list, this is just your top 10. Tarik Skubal and Zach Wheeler are sort of like tied for number 1. It sounds like they're tied for number 1.
They're close.
But you think Skubal is a better pitcher than Zach Wheeler?
If you're putting stuff into the equation, Skubal's stuff is better, no question.
I got a question for you, Dan. What's Ohtani have to do when healthy? I understand you explained they got to be on opening day roster pitching. What's he got to do to crack the DP 25 when he's back?
Probably make 4 or 5 starts that.
Oh, you'll wait that long?
I'm going to wait.
First time he's lights out.
I'm going to wait 4 or 5 starts. I will say this: I've seen video of all the guys that have come from Japan. Imanaga, Yamamoto, you name them, Hideo Nemo. This guy, to me, is the most dominant pitcher. Watching video of Ohtani before he signed with the Angels, he was like watching a Cy Young pitcher. I was thoroughly convinced he should have not given up swinging a bat and pitch because I thought his talent. Remember how he struggled in the Cactus League?
Yeah.
He wasn't hitting, he wasn't pitching.
Now he does everything. We're going to talk a lot about him tomorrow. We're on a 2
I'm just laughing because you and Dan are like best of buds. You golf, you hang out all the time. Do you really believe he's going to wait 4 or 5 starts?
No.
Yes.
Ohtani's going to strike out 14 in his first start, and he'll be number 4 on the DP Top 25. Hey, you know what, though? My favorite part of the DP Top 25 is when Dan pulls out his phone and smoke comes out of it, and he posts it on his wildly popular social media. So,
as a matter of fact,
are you ready?
Give me a countdown to 3.
I'm going to count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Post.
Oh, go get him.
It's up.
Go get him.
I'm ready for all the abuse.
To your point on East Coast openers, another thing you get, of course, is the terrible weather in late March, early April. We've talked about Milwaukee, right? Cold home openers, especially before Miller Park, American Family Field. How about when Exhibition Stadium was the home of the Blue Jays? Before you got there, 77, first ever home opener for the franchise. Right, this is their maiden voyage, and there was snow on the field 5 hours before game time. It was in the early 30s, the low 30s. Here's some, I mean, this is such great video from Exhibition Stadium. Doug Alt hits a homer, and he was the hero, and Doug Alt would hit about only a dozen or so more in his entire career, but he will forever be known as the guy that hit the first homer in a home game for the Toronto Blue Jays.
I'm going to tell you, we are very familiar with Milwaukee. There was not a colder place to play baseball than Exhibition Stadium, right on the bank of Lake Ontario. The bullpens, it was really dark behind right field, so the seats only went to about center field because that ballpark was initially built for the Argonauts to play football in. So they turned a football venue into a baseball field. And so if you hit a home run to right field, remember famously when Dave Righetti gave up a homer and he threw the ball out into the darkness in right field?
Yeah.
And that was the coldest place ever. Matt, the bullpens were down the right field foul line, and that wind would whip around. And I wasn't a coffee drinker. I was a hot chocolate drinker. And there were days sitting down in that bullpen, it felt like it was the dead of winter. Coldest ballpark I've ever been in, not even close.
I love how, and in Minnesota, among places, I think they're the first to do it. They have the 3 dispensers in the bullpen.
Yes.
They've got hot chocolate, hot coffee, soup.
Yes.
So you just take whatever you want for those cold openers.
That's exactly
it's so good.